Home fans are happy because Japan is in action for their second match of the Rugby World Cup. Today they will be up against the #1 seeds in Pool A, Ireland, who thrashed Scotland in their opening matchup and left the door ajar now for Japan, the host nation, the only home team to attack those top spots. Ireland are waiting and Japan is ready to put on a show. Hello everyone and welcome back along to your home of rugby, where we have another Pool A clash from the Rugby World Cup. Japan, the host team of the tournament, going up against the front runners and the #1 seeds in Ireland. Going into this matchup, Japan have made a number of changes for this game, and starting off in the front row with Jiwon-Ku starting now on the tight end side in the place of Ivalu. In the second row, Luke Thompson comes in for Van der Walt, and in the back row, it's a bit of a shift around completely here with Himino coming in for Leach on the blind side, and then at number 8, of course, Amanaki Murphy will come in to line up at the back. Lavi Sabasanche will captain the side from the open side of the back row. Into the back line, the whole midfield and halves combination stays the same, but a bit of a mix round in the back three with Will Topo going from fullback to the left wing, and that means no place in the side for Lemeki, and a replacement at fullback will be Yamanaka in the number 15 jumper. A big day here for Japan. If they can upset one of the world's best, they could go well in line for a big quarter-final playoff. Coming up against them will be Ireland, who absolutely disposed of Scotland in their opening match of the Rugby World Cup. And coming into this game against Japan, they've made no changes to a standout pack who performed very, very well in their opener. That will stay exactly the same. The only changes will come in the back line. The biggest of all will be the omission of Johnny Sexton. In his place will be Jack Carty in the number 10 jumper. More changes. The impressive Chris Farrell comes in to start at inside centre, and he's got a new man outside him on the right wing. Keith Thurles takes number 14 jumper. Jordan Lamar is impressive as he was a fullback against Scotland. He moves out of the 15, and in his place will come Rob Carney to start at fullback. It was a very strong performance by Ireland to kick off their campaign, and we expect much more from this pack against the Japanese as they look to go 2-0 and confirm their spots at the top of Pool A. So we are all ready to go here. Ireland will be kicking off in the green and white, and it will be Japan in the red and white and black shorts to be receiving the kickoff. The home team looking to put on a show in front of their fans as underway we go, and a good start straight off the whistle from Japan, who threaded from left to right. And eventually it is the captain for the day, Labasanche, who takes it to ground. Now they shift it to the left-hand side as Murphy wants a good ball away to Luke Thompson, and they're over halfway, Japan. The valiant start here by the host nation. Pick and go for more. He finds room down his left-hand side. Himino, impressive in the opener. Himino, still going! Big chance for Japan. Into midfield they go. Lafaili holds it up. They're 5 metres out. Japan with a ferocious start. Thompson, dummying, stepping. Inside it goes. Jiwon-Ku back to Horia, and Shola Horia scores. The hook is over, and Japan strike first. It was a bit fancy, it was a bit explosive, but Japan hit the leaderboard first. Lafaili, who was amazing in the opener, got them within 5 metres, and then Jiwon-Ku with a great ball inside to Shota Horia, who bumbles his way over in a couple of tackles. Explosive stuff we've already mentioned from Japan. What they can do here is absolutely amazing. And let's not forget what got them that close. Very early from Himino, who, much like others in this Japanese side, were one of the standouts in the opener against Russia. He's moved from 8 to 6, and he looks happy there as well. Here's Tamura, who had a shocker to start his campaign off the tee. He gets today off to a handy little start with an early conversion, and he puts the Japanese up 7 points to 0 over Ireland. What a start. The home crowd really getting in behind the team here. Jack Carty back underway. He goes. A deep kick this time. And it finds plenty of players down there. It's a Will Tupou who shifts it to the left-hand side. A breakaway again from Luke Thompson. Beats his man. Fends on the opposite and goes to the line, but it's into touch. He was going all the way, was Luke Thompson. Fending away Stockdale. What a show of power by the second rower. If only he had a bit more speed. Could have been 2 early shots there from Japan. Line out comes in at the front. Henderson drags it down. Kazi into midfield of Ringrose for finding out to Stockdale. 1-on-1 and a good tackle there from Matsushima. The first round hat-trick getter for Japan. Quickly recycle ball out left-hand side, and Kazi, who had plenty of room, kicks across field, trying to get it away from Tupou. He gets it 5 metres out from his own line, and he hacks this one back. Again, cross field, and it's claimed there by Ireland as they attack beautifully as well. Getting it inside from Farrell, a high tackle. There's the mistake. And it's Will Tupou, who had a bit of a shocking opening game as well at fullback. And he gives away an early penalty, and Ireland have opted very quickly to go for the shot at 3. Rory Best, captain for Ireland again tonight. Stepping up as Kazi, and stepping up for an extra 3 points is the Ireland fly half. And it is 7 points to 3. Ireland on the board, but Japan still in control. Both sides of a scoring play early on. We are just over quarter of an hour in. And Tamura gets us back underway with a short kick-off, and it's taken nicely from Omani. And he sets it up on the 10-metre line. Murray. Little ball he's had, and Ken Healy gets a nice line and a good run through from Lewis Improv. Shows the dummy, good chase back. On the left-hand side, running to it. There's a big chance to Stander. He wants support at Stockdale. And a try to Ireland. What a reply. Instantly hitting back, and now they take the lead. What a play from CJ Stander. Could have gone alone, but he offloaded brilliantly at the end to his left winger, and Jacob Stockdale is the scorer. I didn't think Stander would go all the way. It was a good chase from Nakamura, and they got a real tussle over the line too, those two. But the support was there, and a little shift to his left side. Ken Healy, magnificent as well, but CJ Stander just had enough. And it was actually a try saver from Nakamura who got under Stander. So that pass created the try, and we have our second of the match. And first to go the way of Ireland. Action-packed opening quarter of the matchup. Here is Kazi from the left-hand side. Very good kick. It swings away late, but it's enough to hold its line and be successful. It's 10 points to 7. Ireland take the lead for the first time in this Pool 8 fixture. 21 minutes in, we've had 2 brilliant tries and a penalty to boot, as well as Ireland lead 10 points to 7, and it's left alone now after the kick-off, and it's eventually taken by Lafaele. Very good work there from the outside centre, and a great chance now for Japan to attack. Murphy has a little bit of a short side dabble, and Amanaki Murphy, hard to put down, almost gets to the 22. Labasante goes to Ku, who slips it in the midfield to Tamura, who had a little bit of a gap and quickly closed on him. Captain again, Labasante goes this time to Nakamura, who's kicked it right into centre field, and it's sitting down nicely. Carney's knocked it on, and it's kicked ahead by Japan. Picked up easily, and a try to Matsushima! Where did that come from? What a result for Japan! Loose ball, and they make it pay! There was an error from Rob Carney at the back. We'll see it here. Took it forward, took the hit, a big hit too. Do we credit that to Will Tupou? No, it was Murphy. Murphy with the hits. Big hit as well on Carney. The ball squirts free. Here it is. Bang. And it's chipped ahead. It's a little grubber head. Picked up eventually in the middle of the park by Himino. And offloaded to one of the great finishes of the World Cup so far. And Matsushima grabs his 4th try of the tournament. Just the 2nd match. Here's Tamura. Has a shot at goal, which is going to fade away to the left side. Unsuccessful. But the lead is back with Japan. 12 points to 10. And they find themselves back in control of this match. And through who else but Matsushima, who has been outstanding for Japan in this tournament. Kazi kicks off a little short one, and Himino takes it in, and he's been very good again for Japan tonight. Thompson picks and he goes and he beats one and finds Tamura, who's hit hard, and a big tackle there from Connor Murray. Drives him backwards. Thompson waits for the ball. It's slow in coming, but now he gets it away. Anaki, nicely way to more. Support from Horia, away to Tupou. Will Tupou down the left side. Another good tackle. Connor Murray covering a lot of ground. Back for Murphy. Flat one to Moore. And now they shift it out wide to getting it inside nicely to Horia. They sit on halfway here. Nakamura. Looks a little short side play, turns it in. It's a great offside, Lafayette as well. And Tamura finds room through the middle of the pack. Going back to Anaki, support and field once more. And it's Himino who goes to ground with Tamura. They pile on top of each other. Kuhn going short to Horia, who has a big goal. It's a big left side option if he wants it. He doesn't take it. He's a metre short. And Shona Horia should have two. Pick and go quickly. And straight to contact. No way through there for Nakare. Just 1 metre short. Lamasanse if he wants it. Gives some more. Goes wide to Horia. Gets the ball out to Tupou. Back in field to Lopez. Lamasanse. And the captain scores for Japan. It was explosive through the middle of the park. And it got a bit stagnant. But they fire it up late. And out the left-hand side. Big finish. Lamasanse started it more to Horia. Bumps away one. Inside ball from Tupou. And who else is backing up but the number 7, Lamasanse with a try. Just what they wanted, Japan. Excellent work. It was a 3-on-2 overlap. They almost did too much with it. Rob Carney, beautiful, committed defence out wide. But if we rewind that even further, we see Shona Horia probably did butcher the try a few phases earlier. But the Japanese side did a very good job of keeping that together, keeping it composed, and there is half-time as well. Tamura, he's hooked that one. Horribly bad to the left-hand side, unsuccessful off the tee. And the scoreline remains at 17 points to 10. Japan in control here as we head to half-time. Well, there has been some real standouts for Japan here tonight already. They are dominating this fixture, 80% of the possession, 69% of territory. They've made more line breaks. They've made everything a possibility in this Pool A clash with Ireland. But the Irish are still not out of the woods, however. They've got a 7-point deficit, and they've still got a lot to go here. 40 minutes and only one converted try behind. This one is still wide open for the taking. Back underway we go with Tamura, who shoots it short. And it's easily picked up and claimed and wide from Ireland very, very quickly. It's a great ball outside, and Ringrose with room on the right, but a good tackle in the back. And Yamanaka, equal to the task of Gary Ringrose. That'll give the Japanese a line out. Shona Horia with the throw, 42 minutes in only. And Ireland look to attack straight off the kickoff. To the back they go. And it is the big man in the second row, James Moore, that drags it in. Now, here is Ku, who goes wide to Tamura and Tupou, finding a bit of room out wide. Good play out there, and they find eventually Matsushima comes up against Rob Carney on halfway. Lafayette really heavily involved now in anything that the Japanese do right is Horia. Once more room, inside to Lafayette. It's a try. Japan have got another. They're on fire. Japan 22, Ireland 10. This is a thumping by the hosts. Where's the head of Irish rugby right now? Lafayette scores, and that is another brilliant try by Japan. Shota Horia has been spectacular. One try, should have been a second. Now try assist. The hooker is on fire. Going down that short little channel, just about gets away from Stander, but the offload is exquisite from Horia. And the support of one of the most dangerous men in a Japanese jumper this World Cup, Tim Lafayette. Grabs himself a try. And you'd expect from this easy position here, Tamura should put this over. We're almost 50 minutes in. Steps up Tamura and he puts it over, 24 points to 10. The lead is 14. And Ireland now have to score 3 times to get in the lead. And they've only got half an hour to do it. They need a try every 10 minutes at this rate. Jack Carty plants it high to the left-hand side, and waiting for it easily is the captain, Matsushima, and this could be a turnover here, but Ireland slows the ball. Here's Magic Man Hodia giving away Arnaki, and through they go yet again. Siwon Koo is all over this at the moment. Wide it goes to Thompson. Thompson to the corner. He's got support from Murphy. Can he find it? He does. But a good tackle. Two good tackles in the end as Tupou gets the ball from Murphy. And Ireland convene on the right edge and put him into touch. Another try almost going over there for Japan. That would have been just catastrophic for Ireland. To the back, and Butterfly gets the ball down, and it is kicked away from Conor Murray. Trying to get as much territory as he possibly can. His team is struggling. At what point now do they start running? Hodia with the throw, 40 metres out from the Irish line. 55 minutes on the clock, and at the back it's stolen by Ireland. Out they go, James Ryan. One of their standouts against Scotland. And a great ball this as well from Ireland. They charge upfield. Now they run furlong. Out wide through. Ringrose it goes. Eventually to Stockdale. One to beat. Gets a beautifully out to Farrell. Chris Farrell in the 22. Running out of room is Farrell. Taken down. A good tackle there. Yamanaka all over that break. Sets it up for Furlong. Goes short to Healy. Beautiful ball and a CJ Stander! The reply from Ireland takes two phases. Stander scores, and the scoreline now 24-15. Great break on the left-hand side from Jacob Stockdale. And then he found that support from Chris Farrell. Those two combining beautifully. But how about Ken Healy to CJ Stander? Even better from the Irish makeshift midfield. Who needs the flashing players when you've got Healy going short in the tackle to Stander at pace? He's hard to stop at the best of times, and that was one of them. They needed that, Ireland. They were fading without a trace. And now there's a bit of life in the green jerseys of Ireland. Carty's conversion is good. It's another 2 points. And Ireland are back in the game now, 24-17. They trail by 7, but they still need to score twice to get in the lead. Samura would be wishing he got a few more of those conversions over, but he's got to make do with that now as he kicks off Tick. It goes down to Ringrose, and the support there for a gun of fire in the midfield. It's Ken Healy, who again breaks the line. Healy over halfway. Support is there, and then Henderson will go all the way. Chase from Tupou. He shimmies left and right. He doesn't have the wheels, but he's got the passion, and he's over. A great try for Ireland, and Ian Henderson puts this one back to almost a dead even state. Conversion to come from Carty. That'll be the key factor. What a run from Ken Healy, and a support play from Ian Henderson. Simply sublime. Tupou had him for pace, but they were never going to chase him down. What a fan from Ken Healy. And then he takes out Yamanaka at the back, and away goes Henderson. Outstanding work from Ireland. How quickly a little bit of ball can change this game. And this conversion will be important, but they've still got to score again. This will leave the door ajar for drop goals, penalty goals, any sort of goals they can get their hands on, as Carty's conversion is good. It is over. And the scores are all tied up in 24 all. Ireland, Japan, back where it all began. How brave are these brave blossoms tonight? Underway they go from Samura. Oh, it's just bounced away, and that is a great kick-off. Omani couldn't handle it, and Murphy's turned it over, but Stockdale gets it straight back. Furlong trying to step his way through the midfield. 10-metre line. Almost 10 minutes to play, and it's turned over. Brilliant work. Lafayette wide, trying to get it through. It's Murphy. And this could be a killer blow if Japan can score again. Hodia to Lamasache. Good offload. Nakamura goes back in field. And Koo goes charging into contact again. But Ireland might have wrapped him up. Ireland have turned this over. It's there. Farrell can see it now. Henderson running as Henderson to Stockdale. He's got support from Ringrose. Doesn't need it. Jacob Stockdale sails the dummy. And Yamanaka goes flying. And Stockdale goes for the try. Ireland lead. What a comeback in the Rugby World Cup. Pool A was almost thrown on his head with the host nation having a big lead. But the Irish have stood up. The Irish have changed the game. And now they lead with a kick to come and 10 minutes to play. Great ball out wide. Ian Henderson is having a field day out there. He's having the game of his life. And he's shutting this Japanese side out of the match. Henderson took about 4 or 5 defenders out of that phase. And they created the space out wide for Jacob Stockdale. And of course, he still had Gary Ringrose as well. Used him as a decoy. Yamanaka brought it like a fresh fish in the market. And away went Stockdale for the try. The comparison from Carty is very good as well. And we have an Ireland lead by 7 points. It's 31-24. And it's game on for the final 6 and a bit minutes. What if Japan got up their sleeve? Any special final plays? Tamura, short, he's looking to regather. It's a great kick again, but a well-taken play, chasing him hard. And turned over Japan. Nakamura's got it. Kuru goes wide. Nagari goes out, finally to Matsushima, the try scorer, who's bundled into touch. This is a great chance for Japan to attack with defence. 3 minutes to go. Ireland with the throw-in. Rory Best. Oh, he's given it to the middle. It's thrown over by Moore. Oh, it's into big midfield play. Eventually, Lafayette gets it out. 2 points down left end wing. Throws the dummy. Goes to the line 5 minutes short.
Release.
Japan set it up. Nagari goes short and straight through the middle. They could be in here. Hermino. Turned over by Ireland. This will be the ball game. As Farrell's got it. Japan throw half the nation in, and Japan will turn it over. This could be the change in the game. Tamura out wide, big chance. Matsushima going for 2, a high tackle. Stockdale, the high tackle, and a penalty will play for Japan. What do they do? Tap. Tamura taps. Goes to Moore, charges at the line. We are over time here. This one's all done and dusted. If Ireland get the ball, they might do it now. They do. It's there for Stander. Back to Carty, and into touch it goes, and it's all over. Ireland hang on, and they win by a paltry 7 points against the host nation, Japan. What's an electric, outstanding, phenomenal matchup between these two sides. Japan exploding out of the blocks, thought they might have done enough, but Ireland, tenacious as ever, have struck back hard, struck back late, and struck back to take the win. 4 tries apiece with the goal kicking, really the difference. Horia, Labasanse, Lafayette and Matsushima for Japan. Tamura 2 out of 4. That's for Ireland. Henderson and Stander with 1. And Stockdale picking up a double. Carty 4 out of 4 conversions and 1 penalty goal as well to give them that 7-point difference. Japan owned this game. They had possession, they had territory, they had everything on their side. They just could not turn it into enough points to shut Ireland out. That is one hell of a fixture out of Pool A. Japan really come to play, and they've fallen just short, agonisingly short of Ireland. That is it from me from Pool A today in my match of the day. Rugby Challenge says Ireland will pick up the win. Tomorrow we've got a huge game as well. Wales and Australia, cannot wait for that one to get about. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and tune in tomorrow to see what Rugby Challenge thinks of that match as well. Of course, we will be streaming during today's game and tomorrow's match as well, and pretty much a lot of matches every day throughout the Rugby World Cup. So make sure you check those streams out when they go live. And of course, if you want to support the channel, there's plenty of options you can see on screen now. You can go and help out the channel running costs and things like that. And just, if you love what you see, we think it's worth $1, make sure to go there and check those out. That is it from me today. Thank you everyone for tuning and watching. Hope you enjoyed today's fixture, and I'll see you again for more from the Rugby World Cup tomorrow. Until then, thanks for watching and take care.